Alright, welcome back. Finally, Oyo DS federal government constitutes special task force to enforce open grazing prohibition. Alright, the news in details. Alright, says governor, not chief security officer in their state. Alright, onto this, the Oyo state government at the weekend dared the federal government with a revelation that it would not only start the implementation of its anti-open grazing law in full org, but will also raise a special task force to hunt down defaulting X-men. Makinde also said it was clear that governors across the federation are not the chief security officers of their respective states but the mere chief logistics officers. The state governor, Mr. Seyi Makinde, revealed this plan at a session with journalists at the Government House, Ibadan, Oyo State Capital, noting that the task force would be inaugurated in the next 2 months. Alright, and then as it is in a 12-point communique last month, the Forum of Southern Governors announced a ban on open grazing in all the 17 southern states, asking the federal government to support willing states to develop alternative and modern livestock management system. The forum noted that the unity of the country should be on the basis of justice, fairness, equity, and oneness, and peaceful coexistence between and among its peoples, with a focus on the attainment of shared goals for economic development and prosperity. In response, the president questioned the legality of the forum to prohibit open grazing in the southern region of the federation, noting that his administration was working on other alternatives to bring peace between farmers and herders. Makinde's latest move came on the heel of a joint decision by the southern governors to outlaw open grazing amid concerns over recurring Fulani herdsmen attacks and cases of kidnapping, assault, and raping traced to the herders. Makinde was particularly appalled by the spectre of Fulani herdsmen whom he cited grazing their flock on local farmers' plantations on his way from Ibadan to Iseyin in Oyo State on Thursday. Makinde, who cited the scenery in company of his Benue counterpart Dr. Samuel Otom, had on the day commissioned the 65-kilometer Moniya-Iseyin road which his administration constructed. At the session Friday, Makinde said, "Give us 8 weeks. There is going to be a task force on open grazing. In the course of time, we will set up the mechanism. Certainly, we will implement it. It is going to cause a lot of issues, but we will implement it." Describing the zone as the main source of the rating of Oyo as the second largest producer of farm produce in Nigeria, Makinde said he would not allow such income-yielding heritage to be destroyed. The governor particularly noted that the Oke-Ogun area of Oyo State, which the new road passes through, remains the food basket of the country and should not be allowed to be destroyed. Makinde also expressed frustration with efforts by his administration to protect the local farmers, saying it was now clear that governors in Nigeria are not the chief security officers of their respective states, but mere chief logistic officer. He said, "I signed the anti-open grazing bill into law in November 2019, but the police cannot implement it because they are watching the body language of their bosses in Abuja. The Amotekun Southwest Security Corps were trying to implement our anti-grazing law, but the police stopped it. Well, I challenged them, the police, but they said the Amotekun would only be justified if someone had been killed. A sort of voice of Jacob and an hand of Esau, he recalled. He added that there was no doubt that the country had challenges with the mode of its federal arrangement, which he believed should be restructured. Meanwhile, Makinde said if I call the Commissioner of Police today, he is going to call the Inspector General of Police before deciding on what to do. But regarding the ongoing constitution review of the National Assembly, the Oyo government said it was a total waste of time. It was more of political aggrandizement than a sincere attempt at putting the country on the right path. Makinde said a similar document from the National Conference empaneled by former President Goodluck Jonathan was not implemented by the former president before he left office. He therefore called for sincerity of purpose among the Nigerian stakeholders towards righting the wrongs and making the Nigerian people happy. Alright, and then my people, that has been a very great one coming from the Oyo State Governor. And then onto this, the Oyo State Governors, as there's the federal government constitutes special tax to enforce open grazing prohibition henceforth. And then according to what has been gathered by the governor of Oyo State, Seyi Makinde, he has said that this time around there is no room for mediocrity. This time around we are facing them squarely. This time around, enough is enough. Yes, they have dealt with our people enough. And then the governor has said it that we are not going to wait any longer because we can't tolerate this. And then he has said it that fine, the 17 state governors of the southern state have agreed to ban open grazing, but this time around we are enforcing it in our own land, because we can't tolerate the killing of innocent souls any longer. So we need to fish out these criminals that are perpetrating and destroying our lands and killing our people, even raping them. Enough is enough. We are no longer going to tolerate this. All right, my people, and that has been said by the governor of Oyo State. What more can we say? Meanwhile, let me have your take on this one, my people, and remember to subscribe for more updates. Thanks and God bless.